going on, guys? So I finally have a daily dose for you. There's just a lot of nerdy news I want to talk about. So we're going to cover it all today. Apologies if the freaking lighting keeps changing all up in this video because I'm using natural lighting and clouds are a thing. Before I start, I do want to say if you guys have the opportunity to go to the Game of Thrones experience, if you're Game of Thrones fans, definitely go check out the Game of Thrones experience. It looks like this. And man, if you are a fan of live music, especially like orchestra music, this is amazing. They do some really cool effects with it. They have the videos and the scenes playing with it. And you just get lost in the show. Like, I forgot that I was even watching a live performance because I was looking at the screens. I was like, oh my god, this is the best. This is my favorite scene and blah, blah. It's really good. I will say that if you're not caught up on the show, there's hella spoilers in this, so definitely, if you have the chance to watch the Game of Thrones experience, watch it, but be caught up on the show. Anyways, let's jump in to the information. First thing I want to talk about is The Matrix, because we're all in it. No, but anyways, there's news that came out earlier this week that The Matrix was getting rebooted, and everybody was freaking out. They're like, what? You can't reboot The Matrix? You better have the Wachowskis in it, and blah, 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 and all of the internet was freaking out. Like, you can't change Neo, and it's supposed to be with Michael B. Jordan, which is really cool. That'd be awesome, because if you guys didn't know, originally The Matrix was supposed to be with Will Smith, but he decided to go do Wild Wild West instead. It's funny, he does an interview about it on the internet because like they explained it to him weird, and he was just like, yeah, I'll go do this other movie. So Neo should have been Will Smith, but he wasn't. So it was interesting. I was like, maybe they wanted to go do that way with Michael B. Jordan, but the producer for this upcoming Matrix reboot, Zach Penn, came out and said that this is not going to be a reboot or a remake. It's going to be in the same world using the same kind of material with it. It's just going to be like another, story in that universe. Kind of like the way the Animatrix was and stuff like that. So, do not fret, my pets. That sounded weird. Who says that? That's from a cartoon. Definitely let me know in the comment sections down below where my brain took that and where it came from. Anyways, but yeah, so it's not going to be a reboot. And could that open up the possibility for maybe Neo and other characters to come back with this other, series of Matrix stuff going on? I would love for that to happen. I always thought that it would be cool if they were going to do another, 3 Matrix movies, that Neo actually be the bad guy for maybe the first or second movie. That would be really badass. Like, he is the Agent Smith of everything, and everybody's got to go up against the one. That would be pretty badass, but I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I think I want to do this eventually, and I can't really do it on live streams because I don't think you can live stream movies. I think it's against the law or against live streaming. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But I definitely want to rewatch all the Matrixes because when I watched them, I don't remember the big deal. I don't know why people hate the second and third one. So I want to rewatch them and see why everybody hates the second and third one. I thought they were badass, but I saw them when I was in middle school or high school or whenever they came out. So, I don't know. One of these days I want to rewatch them. Maybe I could do it on a live stream or something. That'd be badass. But, I don't know. That's the news for The Matrix. Next up, let's go ahead and jump over to the DCEU because there are reports coming out of Warner Brothers, or, at least comicbookresources.com is saying that there are reports that WB wants to shoot another DC movie this year. Because with Matt Reeves coming on to join, the Batman was supposed to start filming in the spring when Ben Affleck was the director, but all of that stuff happened. He dropped out, freaking Matt Reeves jumped in. Well, Matt Reeves isn't done filming, or he's done filming, but he's not done doing post-production on War for the Planet of the Apes. And so they are saying he might not be done until June, so he doesn't have time to film the Batman this year. So the Batman might not start filming till next year, and WB was filming Aquaman this year and was supposed to film the Batman, but now they kind of want to film another movie, and so they're thinking about, is there anything that they could bump up, like The Flash, Suicide Squad 2, the Gotham City Sirens movie, any other, movie that they have in the works right now, because they want to try to film something else this year. That way it'll be able to come out in the coming years. Reports from this article are saying that WB is totally fine with just filming Aquaman this year because they don't want to rush the scripts, I'm so glad that was in this article, and that is hopefully WB's mindset that they would like to film another movie this year, but they're not going to rush movies just to film one this year, because that's when shit fucks up. They already did it with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad had a 6-week script. Like that, they only had 6 weeks to write the damn script, and they had to freaking then jump into production and all that stuff. I don't want that to happen again with WB. They seem to start getting right, you know, on track with their directors and getting new directors and big name directors that could make movies work. So, slow your roll, WB. You know, I would love for you to film something again this year too, but, you know, it's better to have quality over quantity. Okay. On to some video game news. I just want to point this out. I've had many hours played in Ghost Recon, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and freaking Horizon Zero Dawn. And man, all these games came out at the wrong time. Like, I'm not even kidding. They are all beautiful games. They are all entertaining games. And they are all massive world games. And they have side quests, and they have main quests, and it's just like, oh my god. I cannot believe these 3 games literally all came out at the same time, because I haven't finished any of them. I think I'm like 5% or 6% into like Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm probably not even like 2% into freaking Zelda, and I'm like 33% complete with Ghost Recon. And it just sucks, because I'm like doing side quests. And I just like to get immersed in these games, and I have 3 freaking open world games that are insane and beautiful, and I just want to keep playing them all, but then I stop making videos if I do, and it's insane. It's insane. I want to know if you guys have played these games, what your thoughts on them. Personally, I enjoy all 3 of them right now. The Switch is awesome because I just take it with me wherever I go if I have a lot of downtime and just play it there. So that's cool. I'm playing it when I have downtime. But I got to switch between Ghost Recon and Horizon Zero Dawn. That kind of sucks. I'm just like, no! But I love these games, and I just want to know if you guys are playing them. I've streamed Ghost Recon and Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't been able to stream Zelda because I haven't hooked it up yet, but I don't know. I just wanted to point that out there. If you guys are looking for awesome games to play, those 3 games are amazing right now. Definitely pick up one of them if you have the opportunity, because man, they are not a game you will beat quickly if you are a fan of side missions and open world games. Before I jump over to Disney and Marvel news, let me just go ahead and talk about the Power Rangers, because apparently it has been confirmed that there's going to be an end credit scene at the end of the Power Rangers movie. So if you're going to watch it, make sure you stay after the credits. And I'm just calling it right now. I think that in this credits, what's going to happen is you're going to see somebody picking up the green Power Stone after freaking Rita Repulsa gets beat up. Because if you notice, in her staff, she's got a freaking green Power Stone, all a la Green Ranger, because apparently rumors are that she was the Green Ranger way back in the day when freaking Zordon was the Red Ranger. So, what I'm thinking is after she gets defeated, somebody is just going to pick up that green Power Stone, and they're going to be the Green Ranger. I just want to give a quick shout out to Pixar and Disney for their freaking Coco movie that's going to be coming out, because man, have I never been this excited for a movie, besides seeing any Toy Story movie. But freaking Coco is all about Dios de los Muertos and the Day of the Dead and whatnot. So this is going to be really badass, and I cannot wait to see this. It is basically just a movie made of my culture and whatnot, so I can't wait to see this kind of shit, and I'm really excited for it. Although a friend of mine said that there was another movie out there that was pretty much exactly like this, and it was really good. I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but I'll put it on screen if I get the title, if I remember it. But either way, Coco just looks so beautiful, and I cannot wait to see this movie. Jumping over to the MCU, because some big news has come out about a new show and possible futures of characters and franchises. The first thing being that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is pretty much confirmed from James Gunn. He was all like, oh, it's happening, and then he kind of clarified his statement. He was like, well, it's pretty sure it's going to happen, and Marvel wants it to happen. Will he be directing it? He says maybe. It could be, because after Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he does want to make another big film. And that could be Guardians, or it could be something else. And, you know, I think it's going to happen. James Gunn is going to direct Guardians 3. I don't think, you know, Marvel or Disney is going to let him do anything. They'll push the movie back if they have to. He's done so well with the first, well, I can say the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but the second one looks like it's going to be just as good. So, you know, if it makes just as much money, if he does just as well and it's well received, I'm pretty sure they will pay him whatever he wants to make Guardians 3. So that's definitely, I see that happening with James Gunn. What it'll be about, he said he doesn't know, but more than likely, we're getting that for sure. Staying in the MCU, we got more news from Captain America himself, and the possibility of him leaving after these next 2 films, which are the Infinity Wars. He's saying that his body can't take it anymore with the training and the dieting and everything, which he's only 35, And I don't know, that's pretty crazy. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Ben Affleck is in his 40s, Chris Evans, and he's fucking looking ripped and doing all badass. What's up, bro? Anyways, it's looking like Chris Evans will be leaving Captain America after the Infinity War movies, and possibly Sebastian Stan taking over as Captain America with that, which I believe he signed like a 9-picture deal. So maybe this is why he is gonna be, you know, why he signed that big contract. Because bada bing, bada boom, he's going to be the next Captain America. Which would be pretty crazy. That happens in the comics, so it'd make a lot of sense. But I don't know. Do you guys think that this is going to be the end of Chris Evans as Captain America? I'm hoping that if it is, he goes out in a blaze of glory and, like, you know, sacrifices himself or dies trying to, like, save everybody or something like that. Because that would be something that I thought has been missing, that I know has been missing from the MCU for a long time. No big heroes die, ever. Like, I mean, don't freaking tell me Quicksilver, he was not a big hero. He got introduced that movie and was there still. And I wonder if they're gonna kill off anybody else. You think they'll kill off Tony Stark? You think they'll kill off freaking Thor? They have, you know, their comics are already built up to the people that are gonna take over after them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they start taking over for this. So I don't know. I think of course, it's comic books, so they'll always be able to leave open a little, like, window for him to come back. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Evans dies somehow in these next 2 movies, which I'd be totally for, because that would be a big hero dying in the MCU. It would be a good way to close out their story, and then somebody else takes on the mantle. Sebastian Stan, bada bing, bada boom. So, let me know what you think about that in the comment sections down below. Last bit of Marvel news is Iron Fist. It has dropped today, or if you stayed up like me, dropped last night at 2 in the morning, my time. And I wanted to watch this so bad because it had a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, and this blew my mind because, you know, when it's Marvel, you're usually like, oh, it's gonna get in the 80s, 90s% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it had a 14%, and it just, I was like, what? And I wanted to watch this for 2 reasons, and I've seen 2 episodes so far, episode 1 and 2, and I gotta say that they are good. I don't know what's going on. Now, I will point out that the villain at the moment seems pretty shitty. Like, the villain kind of sucks. And maybe that's their big thing, that the villain just didn't pan out and was really crappy. That's not anything new for Marvel movies or shows. Oh, actually, the Marvel show villains are pretty good. The Marvel movie villains are the ones that usually suck. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if that's going to be the thing, or maybe like episode 5 or something, the show just goes south and it just starts to suck really bad. I don't really know where this 14% is coming from. But the first 2 freaking episodes were solid in my opinion. I actually was more intrigued and interested in watching than I was in Luke Cage, which I still have not finished. But color me intrigued with Iron Fist. I will continue watching this to see if it does go south or why this got 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. But this does make me kind of happy, because now Marvel fanboys can no longer use the argument of like, dude, look, it got a freaking 14%, bro, like, whatever, like, you know, that means it's bad, because you hear that shit about the DC movies all the time. They're like, dude, it got like a 23%, like, that movie has to suck, bro, like, I'm not even gonna watch it, man. If you're a DC fan, you hear that shit all the time, that ratings matter, bro, critics said this. Now, Marvel fanboys have a bad rated show on their hands, which I think is kind of good from what I've seen so far. Like I said, I haven't finished it, but now it's going to be in the thing like, you can't pick and choose, bitches. You can't. It's either critics are all right or fuck critics. Like, that's all you can do. You can't pick and choose just because they gave one of your shows a bad rating. You can't be like, oh, you know, I think they were just this and that, and it's fanboy. Like, you can't use that argument anymore. So I love this, because now it evens the damn playing field. If a lot of Marvel fans think that the freaking critics are right, then they have to admit that their show sucked. I don't think they're going to do that. And plus, I don't think the show sucks so far. So it's going to be really interesting. So now maybe we can all start getting back on a level playing field. And it's all like, yeah, man, fuck critics, man. Just judge it for yourself. Like, it's good, blah, blah. So I'm really interested in seeing this, because it just throws out that kind of bullshit out the window, which I'm totally psyched for. But let me know if you guys have seen it. No spoilers in the comments. because I haven't finished watching it. But if you've seen an episode or two, let me know what you have thought of Iron Fist so far. And that is it for the Daily Dose, guys. Just wanted to, inform you guys on some info that maybe you haven't come across or you haven't seen. But do let me know what you thought of this video and all of this information in the comment sections down below. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with all of your JUICEbox buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye.